The red streetcar is a rolling hallmark in the city of Toronto. Here's one coming right now, languidly moving through Chinatown. Now, some say it runs on electricity. Just look at all those conductor cables. But everyone knows it really runs on money. Look at these ungodly sums we have to pay every time we wish to use this machine. The Toronto Transit Commission is the least subsidized transit system in North America. So it's us that have to foot the bill each time we ride. Now, if you're rich, like maybe that woman in the purple coat, or her friend with the walker, then maybe you can afford it. But what if, like me, you live in a crummy rooming house with a mouse problem, and you're desperately seeking work, but the earliest appointment with an employment agency is like a month away? How could you afford to travel in Toronto then? Well, as a thought experiment, because I would never do this, nor should you, because it's wrong, illegal, immoral, and horrible, but let's just imagine how one might ride the streetcar for free and maybe, get away with it. Now, to do that, this thought experiment, the first step is simply to find a streetcar stop. They're located at most major intersections and often at minor ones. Look closer and you'll see that you can text the number on the sign, and you'll be informed of when the next streetcar is coming. Once the streetcar arrives, I don't think we're taking this one. Yeah, we're taking that one. So once the streetcar comes to a stop, look both ways, cross the road, and board the streetcar, preferably toward the back. Now, once you enter the car, don't just shamefully hustle to the back and stare at your dirty shoes. You are now an outlaw, and you must stay vigilant. Do you see any TTC fare inspectors? If you do, always be kind and respectful toward these people. And if they're on the car you're boarding, then just get off. This streetcar is not for you. If it's all clear, then sit down, preferably toward the back where you can maintain a good vantage point. The streetcar is always stopping, so you need to see who's coming on board. If the car is particularly busy, you may wish to find a seat more toward the middle of the car, especially on the right-hand side. This might give you a better vantage point of upcoming streetcar stops, so you'll have a better idea of who might be coming on. No fare inspectors here. Now, whether you sit in the back or toward the middle, you should sit close to an exit where the payment system is located. I'll explain how this works in a moment, but I've fallen out of focus here because a stroke is always a possibility from the stress of fare evasion. Anyway, let's imagine a scenario where the fare inspector does come aboard. What then? Well, first, stay calm. You have two options. The first is escape. No one will question you for leaving the streetcar. This is your stop, after all, and you have places to be. In reality, you can simply wait for another streetcar to come along and take that one. But what if, for whatever reason, there's no escape? Maybe you tuned out for a minute, or you need to take this particular streetcar to stay on time. Well, don't look at the TTC map for directions. It will not show you where you made the wrong turn in your life and that you're now a fare evader. What you need now is knowledge of how TTC fares work. So what we have here is a proof of payment system. You're supposed to tap your Presto, credit, or debit card on these pads here when you board the car. Not when you exit, just board. The Presto card here will give you a nickel off, so that's worth it. Anyway, these fare inspectors are probably going to enter the front of the streetcar, which is why you're at the back or the middle. And all you're going to do is calmly tap your card against this device. Because the fare inspectors are going to come along and use electronic equipment to scan people's cards to confirm that everyone has paid. They'll scan your card as well, and you're all good. But if something goes wrong and you cannot tap your card, you are at risk of receiving a fine of up to $425. So never take this risk. Always pay your fare. In any case, you will still proceed towards your destination, and you can hit the stop request button when your stop is announced. When you arrive, make sure to look to the right before you get off the streetcar. Otherwise, another car might just run you over. This is Toronto. Everyone is in a hurry. Now, this of course was all just a thought experiment, but upwards of 15% of streetcar passengers engage in this sordid conduct, although I think the percentage is actually higher. So, is this a socially acceptable practice? Well, it's extremely unlikely that anyone in the streetcar will care if you tap or not. I've never seen anyone complain. There is a general understanding that some people are simply too poor to pay. Many people in Toronto also feel like the TTC is an essential public service, like the library, and therefore it should be free or all taxpayer funded. Fare inspectors, of course, don't care about public sentiment on the topic. That's why I would never take TTC for free by myself, nor encourage others to do it. So don't get caught without paying your fare. Do the right thing and pay your share.